Hello, we're going to discuss 9.2, which is Europe after the fall of Rome. So we're kind of continuing after the fall of Rome from the very beginning of the school year and fast forwarding to now. So the essential question is, what was it like to live in Europe after the fall of Rome? So this is going to be similar to 9.1, where I'll give you smaller sections of fill in the blank, and then you will also have to do some reading to fill in the rest of the notes. Your homework is going to be 9.2 vocabulary. We actually have quite a bit of vocabulary. This is on two separate slides. Middle Ages, medieval, Patrick, monks, monasteries, Benedict, and Charlemagne. You will look all those up in your textbook on these specific pages or in the glossary, and then also add an image in the third column. And this is a separate assignment for homework. All right, so let's talk about Christianity in Europe. So in early Europe, it was divided into a lot of smaller states known as kingdoms in the 500s, and the kings would fight each other for control of the land. Very similar to what we saw in China and Japan. And so the creation of these kingdoms actually marked the Middle Ages. And another name for Middle Ages is the medieval period. So often you hear Middle Ages and medieval times used interchangeably. Medieval is actually Latin for middle. So Christianity was most common in places that were originally part of the Roman Empire because that was the official religion of Rome. So parts that were the Roman Empire, like Italy and Spain, and would have Christianity as their official religion. Missionaries and monks also continue to spread Christianity to the north in Europe as well. So you are going to read the rest of this section and take notes on missionaries and monks. Who were they and what were their duties? Who was St. Patrick? What were monasteries and who was Benedict? So you are going to add to your Cornell notes on the reading for this section. All right. So the next group we're going to talk about are the Franks. The Franks are a very powerful group and they conquered Gaul. Gaul is now France. Clovis was a very powerful leader. However, as much as he tried, he was unable to gain as much power as he would have liked. Charlemagne, however, Charlemagne was very powerful. He was a very powerful warrior and became a strong king and helped the Franks build a huge empire. His empire became so great, it spanned France, Germany, Austria, Italy, Spain, so it conquered most of Europe. He was also a Christian king. So on Christmas Day in 800, the Pope Leo III crowned him the Emperor of the Romans. So he basically took over what was Roman Empire and other parts of Europe and was able to spread his empire quite vastly across Europe. You are going to take more notes. We covered Charlemagne and the Franks, so you're going to cover Asian and education. So just a few notes on this section. Then you're going to read this other section, Invaders Threaten Europe. So we asked the question, what groups invaded Europe in the 700s and 800s, and what were the outcomes of those invasions? You're going to take notes on invaders, the Magyars, and the Vikings. It's a very short section in your book, but I want you to focus on these three things. So who were the invaders, the Magyars, and the Vikings? And then what were the outcomes of those invasions? Then, as usual, make sure you finish up your notes by underlining keywords, highlighting main ideas, and then writing your summary. And that's it. So that's the end for 9.2.